Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are building Carian Phalanx spell from Elden Ring in Unity using Game Creator 2. Yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring these days and decided to make some tutorials from it. As for the Kratos X, we'll be using the melee module on this one. I like to use the timeline on the skills, but if you don't have melee 2, no worries. You can still make this work with some gestures and weight instructions. So here's what we'll make. A melee skill that plays a cast animation. At a specific frame, spawn our prefab. When enemy is inside range, it triggers the blades to shoot based on child index. So let's start with the melee skill. I won't go through the melee weapon setup on this video, but if you don't know how that works, check the Kratos X tutorial or maybe some melee 2 specific content. So create a new skill, let's call it Carian Phalanx, that's fancy. Drop your casting animation. If you don't have a casting animation, maybe get one on Mixamo or whatever. The animation is only for visuals. At the frame you chosen, make a new clip and an instantiate instruction to spawn your Carian Phalanx. Here I'm parenting it to the character hips. I think it makes a nice movement, but that's up to you. Pick what you want. Some frames before this, I've added another clip with some magic particles and a sound effects to give more of a vibe. And that will be it for the skill. We can move to the prefab now, which is where the magic will happen. So the way I did this was by making a root object with a big sphere collider, radius of like 5 or 7, and set to trigger. This will be for detecting enemies. On the root object, we will also have a local name variable component with an object variable. I call it target. Okay, also make a trigger. On trigger state tag, we'll have a wait 0.1 seconds, set our local name object variable equals target, run actions on child of index 0 without wait 0.2 seconds, and run conditions. The condition you can place whatever you like. I'll just make it on the same object. It will have only one branch with compare decimal, child count of our root object, and if equals to 0, it will destroy the object. I've made one more trigger on enable to make a scaling animation for it. Now to the last piece of this puzzle, the actual blades. I'll show two ways on how I made this. One placing the blades by hand and the other using an instruction from my Patreon. For the blades, I've used a dagger mesh with a glow material. You can also make it as a particle, whatever fits you best. On it, we'll have two collision triggers, one for enemies and the other for regular collision. Both work as the same, besides of the tag filtering. They will play sound effects, spawn the VFX, and destroy the dagger. And on the enemy one, I'll make a change attribute to reduce the enemy's HP. I'll just add a value of 20 here, but you're free to do whatever math you want. Besides the triggers, the cherry on top will be the actions component, which will play the role for the run actions on child of index 0 from our root object. On this action, we'll start by clearing the parent of our object, reference the actual object. Don't use self here, as the self which we'll call the action is our root object. Also check the keep position. Next, we'll change the rotation of the dagger. We'll set its global rotation to towards position, from dagger object position to game object position, local name variable, now self, cause the variable is on our root object, and target for the variable's name. Next step will be to activate our trail object. Oh yeah, I've made a simple trail render object for it. Next, I play sound effects and use change position of the dagger to game object position of our same target self variable, with a duration of 0.4 and expo in out. Wait 0.1 seconds after it's complete and destroy the dagger. And that's it for our dagger prefab. This way our root object will run the actions from the dagger, which will clear its parent, making room for the next dagger becoming child of index 0, until they are all shot. Now for placing them, I've made this version which I placed them by hand and have them on the root prefab, and another version using the instantiating curve instruction that you can get on my Patreon, which places the amount of objects correctly within a curve. I'll always prefer hand-placed stuff, I think it looks better, but with the instruction I could easily change the amount of blades without breaking the layout, so that's a plus. And there we have it. Let's place our prefab on the clip of the melee skill and see it working on play mode. For testing, I've made these cubes which are tagged as enemy and equipped the melee weapon that have my skill. Now let's use it, and there it goes. Our blades appear with some nice effects, and if we get close to the cubes, yeah, it will shoot the blades. And if I go to the other cube, it will change the target and shoot the rest of the blades. Pretty cool, right? You can surely extend it with better effects, making enemies react to the impact, and whatever you feel like. That's it for this video, guys. You now have a fully functional Carian Phalanx skill from Elden Ring, all done in Unity using Game Creator 2. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what we should build next. Also, consider joining on Patreon to support the channel and get access to a lot of tools for Game Creator 2. Cheers!